What is going on, guys? This is Sega Gamer Sonic here. Today I'm going to bring you a video that's not usual, like the others I do. But like I said, I am getting more into ICP, um, getting more into albums themselves. But today, for our first album review, we're going to do The Mighty Death Pop by Insane Clown Posse. Now, I've heard this. This was my first ever ICP album I've ever heard. When my dad didn't buy it for me. He just he owned it at the time. He was really into them. He doesn't really like ICP anymore, but like it's just not his thing anymore. But back then he was really into this, and we were in the car a few times. He's played it a few times. I got really into it, and for the longest time I thought their name was the Mighty Death Pop, but as I grew older, I found out it was Insane Clown Posse, not Mighty Death Pop. But what I didn't tell you guys yet is with this album, there's 3 versions of it, sort of like Bang Pow Boom and Great Milenko. But this one, there's 3 of them, just like the others, I believe. If I'm right, let me know in the comments if I'm right, but there's red, there is black, and then there's white. I'm pretty sure I got those right, but if I didn't get them right, just tell me down below. But let's go ahead and get right into the album itself. Now, this is indeed kind of like a box set. Now, there is a super rare version of this album out there, and it's the Mighty Death Pop box set, which has all 3 colors smashed into one. But, I'm going to get those down the road. I'm not going to get the full box set, but I am going to get the other 2 colors, so they're going to be individual. There's nothing really to the regular album. Like, this is just the Mighty Death Pop itself, but the reason why there's different colors, with each different color there's 2 albums in there, and we're about to review both of those. But with each album, like the red one has covers of different songs. I'm not sure what the black and white have, but they have a bonus disc. Each of them have a different bonus disc, and this is the red pop that we're doing. So let's see what's inside. Now, first and foremost, I want to review the album itself first. Now, this I really like. It's holographic. There you've got Mighty Death Pop himself, Killer Clown. Then you've got him expanding, like he's ready to blow up. Then you've got him over here, whenever he's done blowing up, he's all bone. So I thought that was pretty cool. But let's see the track listings. We've got intro, just like every other, or at least most of them. We've got Mighty Death Pop, Night of the Chainsaw, which is from the trilogy, Chris Benoit, The Blasta, Kickin', Bazooka Joey, Shooting Stars, Juggalo Juice, Hater to Death, Scream, featuring Tech-9 and Hobson, Ghetto Rainbows, When I'm Clownin', Dog Catchers, Daisies, Where's God, and Forever. Now, honestly, this is not a bad album, and I've heard a lot of people out there saying that, this album, honestly, I will say it's a little different from what they usually do. For the time, at least, it was kind of different, but we were just going into the new phase of ICP at the time. That's why people didn't really like it. I mean, this is the second deck of Joker's cards, after all. It's not the first deck like it used to be. So, I listened to this album quite a lot, okay? I've heard this when I was younger, and then I re-listened to it when I got the album again. But before I got the album, I was listening to it on YouTube. And I think that this album itself is not bad. That's the disc. The disc is in really good condition. You know, it's not too bad right now. It's not that bad. It's pretty good. So, you know, I haven't. The only time I'm really listening to it is when I'm playing games on PlayStation, PS3 at the time, because I am importing them, and I guess I just, you know, I put them on my PS3. Let's go ahead and take a look at the booklet of the album, if it come out. So here we've got the booklet. This is what it's supposed to look like. The actual album, if you get the album standalone, without, if you get the album in box set like that, you get the holographic case. But if you get the album standard, it looks like this, or at least this is the reissue version. The reissue version would look like this, but if you bought it around the time the first year it came out, 2012, it was white, and it looked just like that, but only it was white and it wasn't holographic. And that was the first edition of Mighty Death Pop. I don't see much people with that. But let's get into this booklet right here, which, honestly, the first page looks like a little tribute to everyone who helped out, or, you know, were juggalos, and some of them got their names on here, just a little thank you note, essentially. But that's all this little booklet here. Next, we get this. It's like, it took me a while to before I figured it out. Basically all it is there's weird little images everywhere, and it has quotes from different songs, and there's some of them I don't know which ones they're from. Like, that's from Where's God, I believe. This one, if I remember, it's from... I'm not sure for some reason. I just can't figure out the beat. This one, I'm not sure. I think it's from Forever, if I'm not mistaken. This one is from Bazooka Joey. That one is from, well, the self-titled track on the album. And I believe that one's from Chris Benoit. And that's basically that album. There you go. You have it. I don't know if I'm able to... Oh yeah, I forgot, whenever you take off the disc, you get that, but without the little hair around it. Like, there's no hair around it from when it explodes. And so, it's just the thing there. So, let me go ahead and put all this up, and we'll get to the next album over there. Righty, let's get into this next album. This is the album that really matters to that one, because it is, you know, this album comes with the box set. It's the whole reason behind the box set. And so, this one is, it's called Insane Clown Posse, Smothered, Covered, and Chunked. They're basically essentially cover songs, and, featuring tracks with Fred Durst, Lil White, and the entire Hatchet family. So, I mean... Alright, let's read the track listings here. Prelude featuring Psychopathic Family, Jump Around, Shout featuring Blaze, Ain't No Future in Yo Frontin', Hold Still featuring Downtown Brown, Bitch Better Have My Money featuring Fred Durst from Limp Bizkit, Night of the Living Bassheads, Beautiful or Indestructible, Mind Playing Tricks on Me featuring ABH and Lil White, State of Shock, Love for Them Gangsters, featuring Cold 187, Guess My Religion. And that's basically it. So, basically what they are, this album, I don't know if the Red Pop is really worth it, because all it is just a bunch of cover songs, but it's still a good album. Okay, I heard that this was actually sold at Waffle House at one point. Because, I mean, it has the look of Waffle House and everything. But that's the album itself. Sorry about that. That's the album itself right there. Let's get inside of the album. Have a little look in the album. See what it's all about. So, here's the disc. Let's check the condition of the disc. The disc is going to look like this. Which, honestly, it's a little dusty. But I could fix that, no problem. Bit dusty, but other than that, it's pretty clean. There's nothing wrong with it. Just a little bit of dirt, like not even dirt, just dust. And that's the one thing you can predict. No scratches or anything. Like I said, I don't really pop these in. Unless I had a CD player, I would definitely pop these in a lot, and they would be really just wear and tear all around. And look at that, we ate all our hash browns, or not hash browns, whatever it was. You could see some Faygo Cola in the corner there. But, you know, that's the album. And sometimes I get confused thinking that my album is really dirty and messy. But no, that's just how it is. That's the background and the look and on the disc and everything. I just think that it's messy. But no, it's the design. Alright, let's have a look over here with this booklet I pulled out. This is promoting Cold 187's new album that had came out back then. I guess because he did a feature with them. This one is Above the Law's Cold 187 album, The Psychopathic Assassin. The new album, The Only Solution, in stores October 9th, 2012. I think they, I guess that's the Psychopathic Records Twitter account, but I could be wrong. Here we go. Stay up to date with the Wicked Clowns. Visit InsaneClownPosse.com for news, tour dates, merchandise, exclusives, and more. And, you know, this is basically just saying, you know, hey, go check out the website so you can stay up to date with ICP. Then they had promoted Juggalo Day, which I'm not too familiar with, but I'm going to have to look that up to see what it is. 2/17/2013. I had a bad lisp and stutter at the same time. Didn't even know that was possible. And we already read that. And there's some more over here. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. They have their own app if you want to download that, which I don't see why you wouldn't. Including Androids, so everybody downloads it. American Psycho. A documentary of the American Psycho tour featuring Insane Clown Posse and Twisted. Coming soon. They didn't give an official date at the time, but I'm pretty sure it came out sometime in 2014. And then they had someone else they were promoting, which I'm pretty sure is part of the Psychopathic family. I cannot read that. Abomination, Z? I'm sorry, I more than likely butchered it, but, the date was 10/23/2012. And ironically, that is exactly 1 month away at the time I'm recording this. September 23rd, so that's pretty ironic. Wow. This album is about to be 2012, so 12 to 13, 12 to 4, or 13 to 14, 14 to 15, 15 to 16, 16 to 17, 17 to 18, and 18 to 19. So that's about a 7-year-old album we're looking at right there, guys. That's pretty old. That just goes to show how old that is. That's pretty old. Wow. Jesus Christ. So this album came out when I was like 7 years old. And then you've got the booklet itself, which was just right there a minute ago. But you've already seen that. Let's look on the back. Psychopathic Records. Unfortunately for you guys, I can't see that. Maybe it'll come in. Hang on. Maybe it'll come in? Yeah, there you go. Anyways, that's not the important part. Insane Clown Posse, the Mighty Death Pop, includes Smothered, Covered, and Chunked, a full-length bonus CD of ICP covering songs you won't believe. Parental advisory, explicit content, and then there's even the model I own, or just, the serial number tag or whatever it is. But that sticker was right there on the red pop. I stuck it back here because you know me. I like to keep the stickers because it leaves it as if it lost no value, basically. But, that's basically it. And I guess here is, inside the booklet, is basically just the songs again. And so those are track listings. And, oh yeah, there's artwork in here, which I thought was pretty damn cool. They had, which I thought this was cool, it's the Mighty Death Pop truck. So that was pretty cool. Then you have them inside of a Waffle House, or house. That says 2012 down there. Just pause the video and look around, see what the hell you can find. Because you can pretty much find a lot around here. Trust me, I've looked almost everywhere, and apparently there's more stuff I haven't even found yet. So, I mean, who knows? You might be the next person to find something I didn't even see. And then I guess they've got just, like who produced the album and engineered or whatever. Mikey Clark was on this, by the way. And then they had images of them in a Waffle House when they were eating and everything. They actually did go to a Waffle House, and then you got the people back there, they're like, what the hell is going on, So, I mean, hey, it's not every day you just see two clowns with face paint on. It's pretty epic when you experience that firsthand. I wish I did, trust me. But that's basically it. That's the whole thing. That's the album itself. So, I don't know. People said this album sucked when it first came out. Just the Mighty Death Pop itself just sucked badly. And I guess the Mighty Death Pop tour did happen. There was a tour for this album, just like most others. Because whenever you drop an album, you have to do a tour for it. I mean, it's one of those things, You can't have, you gotta, what they say, in order to make a cake, you gotta break a few eggs, So, I mean, I don't know, here's how I feel about it. The people that said, that they didn't like the album, I feel as if, they're just trying, hang on, they're trying, I don't know what the word is I'm looking for, but, what it was is, I guess, we were going into the new, ICP phase. We were going through a phase, because it was the second deck, after all. Word got around about Bang Pow Boom. At the time, nobody really heard about it, because nobody was looking around for an announcement. Nobody thought they'd make a comeback or anything. But, sure enough, they did. And, with Bang Pow Boom, they thought it was great. They thought everything was good with it. But, apparently when this album came out, more people had heard about Bang Pow Boom, so whenever they found out that, ICP come back, they lost it entirely. So, I mean, hey, I would've. I can't wait for the third deck because apparently, I mean, Fearless Fred Fury had just come out, so that's what we're leading up to. We're leading up to the Fearless Fred Fury album, and I know I just did this one out of context, but I wanted to get it out of the way because it was the first ever album I'd heard by Insane Clown Posse. There's going to be a bunch more album reviews soon, so look out for those. The only reason why I did this one was because it was my first ICP album I've ever heard, and I really loved it, so, you know, it was good. It was good. So, you know, for someone who had no clue who Insane Clown Posse is, and they didn't really listen to hip-hop, I didn't really listen to music back then as much, but for someone who had never heard of ICP, and it was their first album, it's pretty good. So, I mean, if you're looking to start on an ICP album, like, if you've never heard of these guys, if you want to hear them more, you know, go ahead and choose this. I don't recommend this album being the first album you listen to. A good first album would be the Riddlebox. Riddlebox would be a good first album to listen to, just because it shows off the true wicked clowns, you know. And juggalos know what I mean when I say wicked clowns. But I don't know. I personally love the album. Top 3 bet easy. Now, my number 1 favorite album of all time for ICP is easy. It's Ringmaster. Riddlebox and Ringmaster are going to be my next albums I review. Wait until January to get the rest of the album reviews out of the way. And that'll be it. So, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Slap a like on this video. Share it on all your social medias. Share it with your friends, you know. It'll be all good. Comment down below, what is your favorite ICP album? And tell me what I got wrong in this video. But other than that, this is Sega Sonic signing off. Goodbye, guys.